I believe all the ASEAN member states are represented here, and as well as the press conference. We actually have invited press people, media people from based in Manila, as well as media people from Cebu for this press conference. Also, His Excellency from our dialogue partner from China. I would like now to open the floor to questions from our media partners. You may use one of the two mics we have provided on the floor. So can we have the first question, please? Sorry, my mistake. This is the last part of the program, and I would like to request the Philippine senior official song leader, as well as the current TELSOM chair, Undersecretary Louis Casabre, to please read the opening remarks.
The 12th ASEAN Telecommunications and IT Ministers meeting and its related meetings with dialogue partners. The 12th ASEAN Telecommunications and Information Technology Ministers meeting, or TELMIN, was held in Cebu, the Philippines, on the 15th to the 16th of November 2012. His Excellency Mario G. Montejo, Secretary of the Department of Science and Technology of the Philippines, chaired the meeting. His Excellency Dr. Jacob Ibrahim, Minister for Communications and Information of Singapore, was the Vice Chairman. On this occasion, the ASEAN ministers had also had separate dialogues with their counterparts from the People's Republic of China, Japan, and the Republic of Korea. His Excellency Jojo Marquee, Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines, officiated the 12th ASEAN Telecommunications and IT Ministers meeting, or TELMIN12, and its related meetings with dialogue partners. In his speech, Vice President Jojo Marquee highlighted the belief of ASEAN reflected in the theme of the 12th TELMIN meeting. We are stronger when we are connected. By sharing best practices in telecommunications and digital infrastructure development, we not only intensify our respective communication industries, but more importantly, strengthen our foothold as the world center of information technology and business processing. The Vice President mentioned that ASEAN's success in the ICT-related industry finds root in the increased investor confidence in the skill and quality of our workforce, and in the renewed optimism in government and institutions. ASEAN recognized that a larger and more connected ICT industry means more efficient services, which in turn ensure satisfaction, encourage greater interest, and thus ultimately lead to business expansion and investments. More importantly, it also means empowering people, giving them the chance to speak out their minds and to contribute to social discourse and development, and by doing so, help find answers to the problems they are facing. At the end of the day, the work carried out by the ASEAN in ICT is all about building capacities, building bridges, and ensuring that everyone has equal access to information and opportunities. The ministers commended the senior officials and regulators in charge of telecommunications and IT in the region for the good progress made in the implementation of the ASEAN ICT Master Plan 2015, or AIM 2015. The ministers were of the view that the first 2 years of the implementation of AIM 2015 laid a strong foundation for achieving specific ICT targets towards creating an inclusive, vibrant, and integrated ASEAN community. The ministers noted that even during economic uncertainty, many ASEAN member states have continued to invest in ICT with attention to fundamental matters such as education, innovative research and development, regulatory regime, and IT industry policy, etc. These efforts have strengthened many ASEAN member states' national ICT competitiveness. The ministers adopted the Mactan Cebu Declaration entitled Connected ASEAN Enabling Aspirations to reiterate ASEAN's commitment to promote ICT-driven economic transformation through people engagement and empowerment, innovation, infrastructure development, human capital development, and bridging the digital divide. It maps out the priority actions in the implementation of the AIM 2015, acknowledging that ICT is an enabler for ASEAN economic and social development and integration. The ministers recognized the importance of information security in broadband networks and agreed to strengthen ASEAN's cooperation in this field. The ministers believe that users' confidence in the security of new technologies and services developed for broadband networks should be enhanced so that the latter can be harnessed to the fullest to create a trustworthy environment for ASEAN information society. The ministers commended the success of the first ASEAN ICT Awards, which were held on the 15th of November 2012. They welcomed the recommendations of the study of the ASEAN Broadband Corridor and agreed to give positive consideration to implement it. They also welcomed the recommendation to strengthen the Universal Service Obligation Policy to facilitate the provision of broadband to every school and completion of the first ASEAN Chief Information Officer Forum, the ASEAN Cyber Kids Camp 2012, public-private partnership models for ICT projects, and ASEAN EU workshop on international mobile roaming charges. The ministers encourage ASEAN members the Ministers of Communications Union for the successful implementation of the on ICT cooperation that the ICT environment has undergone agreed to amend the Memorandum of Understanding. The ministers of ASEAN and China noted the ASEAN ministers expressed appreciation distance education for rural initiatives proposed by China in the use of ICT. They also expressed their appreciation to Japan for her assistance in a number of ICT cooperation plans. The ministers on ASEAN connectivity. The ministers expressed their appreciation to the Republic of Korea for the support and assistance in expanding digital opportunities in the ASEAN through policy consultations in the field of cybersecurity and spectrum management, human resource development by ICT training programs and workshops, welcome Korea's cooperation plan on the Korea New Technology, Capacity Building, and ICT Knowledge Sharing, 3 pillars of AIM 2015. Already is well on track to EU and ASEAN on ICT. Amongst others, of the AIM 2015 and harmonized ICT regulatory frameworks, in particular, under understanding on joint cooperation on countries, between ASEAN and IPU. In the implementation of measures as set out in AIM-20, the joint initiative between ASEAN and IPU on cybersecurity, as well as the initiatives with individual ASEAN member state and regulatory dialogue, but also for greater interaction, activities, and investments. The ministers also called for greater quality infrastructure and skill-based workforce, which was 2015. In this regard, the ministers collaborated with UNCTAD for successfully organizing and related meetings with dialogue partners in Cebu, according to them, for the excellent arrangements made for the 12
Do so. Thank you very much.
Hi, good afternoon. I'd like to ask the ICT ministers, what are the main hurdles or challenges that you think that the group is facing with regard to making a connected ASEAN a reality? What are the problems, challenges, main hurdles that you think will need to be hurdled in order to attain a connected ASEAN? Thank you.
Anyone would like to take the question? Your Excellency from Brunei Darussalam.
Thank you very much for friends from the media. If you read the ASEAN Infrastructure Master Plan, it is based on 6 pillars. So the pillars at the bottom are the foundations. The foundations are infrastructure development, human capital development, and bridging the digital divide. While if we have built those 3 pillars, there are 3 vertical pillars, that is economic transformation, people empowerment and engagement, and innovation. So from this master plan, it is more or less implied, or if it is not clear, that the 3 foundations need to be built first. That is infrastructure development, human capital development, and bridging the digital divide. And it is of no coincidence that these are the challenges that we, ASEAN ministers of information, sees. Those are the 3 main challenges: infrastructure development, human capital development, and bridging the digital divide.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. May we have the next question, please? And if I may just request you to please state either the publication or the company you're working for.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Marlene Lipad. I'm Cebu correspondent of Business World. Um, I'd like to ask, what is the region's progress in the implementation of the ASEAN ICT Master Plan? And there was mention of a review, of a midterm review. When will that be, and what will it entail also? And what are also ASEAN's ICT initiatives for the coming year?
Thank you very much for the question.
I'd like to go first to what are the initiatives for the coming years. The CN TELMIN has approved several programs. One is Task Force on Infrastructure Collaboration and key concerns related to connectivity. This would be, we'd like to call it a foundation. This would be part of the improving the broadband infrastructure. The second one is ASEAN CIO Forum, the first region-wide platform for CIO of government to converge virtually and expand to cover private sector CIO. The third is only the first big IAGA minister meeting regarding Somali cable community and e-centers. There's another one. We public-public partnership model established in ICT projects in the region. There are several that we can give you the more details. And there are numerous capacity building activities. So these are list of the initiatives that will be done to be able to address what, including the first question, these are the pillars which will eventually be the foundation for economic development and other benefit that will be derived from ICT.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Can we have the next question?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon, Your Excellencies. I'm Dennis Estopache. I'm a reporter for Business Mirror newspaper. I would like to ask the United Nations Commission on Trade and Development has released a report assessing the impact of the financial crisis from the advanced countries to Asia. It said there that in summary, it sees the UNCTAD sees the trade among ASEAN countries, especially on ICT, would go slow. How does the ASEAN ICT ministers see the looking forward in the next 3 years? How do you assess the impact of intra-regional trade on ICT exports, and how would that impact on the AIM 2015?
Thank you for the question. I'm, by the way, from Malaysia, and we look at it with concern that the economic recession in the world would have. But as we all realize that the ASEAN countries are not exporters of the technologies in the ICT, and therefore, in that sense, the impact on the ASEAN countries will not be that great. But on the other hand, the investors in the infrastructure, which is basically the foundation of the ICT development in the region, may be impacted in the sense that there is concern among the service providers to roll out their infrastructure. But on the other hand, again, because of the economic slowdown, maybe it is an opportunity for the infrastructure providers to roll out the infrastructure, because I believe the equipment would be at the back end at this moment. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd just like to add that the importance of ICT is not only for trade, it is really to increase productivity, wherein we can, there will be tremendous savings in the way we do things through ICT. And this is also in terms of the government operation, so many services can be enhanced. And so the importance of ICT is not only trade, but to improve our operation, both government and private.
Thank you very much, Your Excellencies.
Can I have a follow-up? The ASEAN ministers noted that there would be an increase in the regional GDP for every ICT investment. Are your targets still in? Are you still sticking with your targets, sir?
Please repeat your question.
The IIM, sir, said that there would be an increase of about 1.3% regional GDP if the expected investments in ICT go through. Would the minister still see that targets being stable, or are you revising it upwards or downwards?
May I request
There will be increase in the investment. 13. That's part.
I'm sorry for the confusion. If there's a confusion in my question, sir. Citing the AIM, which showed that every 10% increase in broadband penetration boosts GDP by an average of 1.3%. Does that still hold true for the next?
Actually, as it's a research from the World Economic Forum that the penetration of the broadband increased 10% equal 1.3 GDP.
That is also a basis why there will be more investment, needed investment for ICT, because for every 10% increase in broadband penetration, it will result to a 1.3. Now, how does it will result? It becomes a very complicated economic models, how ICT really enables economic progress. That is the real justification.
So I gather, sir, the ministers are optimistic that the group will achieve the target set by AIM 2015.
Let me answer.
Can I say?
Yeah, I think it is a result of a study, but we are confident that in this region that we can achieve at least that growth of 1.3% with the 10% penetration increase in the broadband. And I tend to believe personally that in a region where we are not that fully developed, we may achieve even higher figure than 1.3%.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Next question, please. May we have the next question, please?
I
Melvin.
just like to add the 1.3. Okay, that's for 10% growth of GDP, additional 10%. Anyway, if we will be focusing now on more application
Yeah.
and more utilization of the ICT, that figure, that 1.3 can be even be higher.
Melvin.
Sir, just a clarification on the ASEAN broadband corridor. I was reading the statement and there's no details. Does this mean that the government will, each member of the ASEAN will put up its own landing station, for example, for broadband connectivity? How will this project exactly materialize or work? Can you give some details? Thank you.
Your Excellency from Brunei Darussalam. Oh, sorry. Good. Oh, from Singapore.
Well, thank you. First of all, I think to clarify the project of the broadband corridor is not to really rebuild everything, because each and every one of the member countries already have its own broadband plan and development schedule. What the project aims to do is that over time we want to work towards trying to level the experience, so that when an investor or when a tourist moves from country to country within ASEAN, he or she would get a uniformly uniform experience in the usage of broadband. The senior officials have looked at this after the phase 1 of the study, and in fact we are looking at the phase 2 now, and some of the issues, 3 issues have been identified under the broadband corridor project. One is about universal access. So groups of countries may look at universal access when that is an issue. The second area is affordability. It's something that countries will need to also work on. And the third is adoption. How do we increase adoption of broadband? And as the Secretary has mentioned, broadband is not just an infrastructure. The value add comes from the use of broadband. So the adoption of broadband and its applications will be key to the whole project. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
If I may add, the concept of universal service obligation or coverage is one of the issues that we have discussed. And if we look at the modalities in many countries, there are a few countries where this universal service can be provided by the market. In many countries, this is an area where the government must step in. But for the government to step in, there must be a discernible returns or discernible benefit from it. That is why in the AIM, it is said that once we lay the foundation, the vertical pillars, the economic transformation, the people empowerment and engagement, and the innovation will come. So I don't think there is any doubt universally that ICT will not deliver that. ICT will deliver, and I think the negative is also right. If you don't have ICT or broadband, you will be left behind. And just to allude to another earlier questions, that even during the recession of 2008 to 2009, while spending in other things in other sector shrink, the spending on ICT has actually maintained or even increased. So where this universal service obligation networks, which connects the countries, cannot be provided by the market, this is where the government will step in. But the government, as I said, will step in only if the government can convince itself and the constituents that by doing this, the other economic benefits will come. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Any other question? Thank you very much, Your Excellencies, for your time to actually face our media partners. And I also would like to take this opportunity to thank all the media partners present here this afternoon for covering this event. Thank you very much.
Mon, one last final photo opportunity lang. Photo opportunity lang. Sir.
Thank you very much, Your Excellencies. And with that, all the formal agenda for the 12th TELMIN meeting is over. Fellowship follows. Lola.
Excuse me, is this
Improve because mas